It's not every day you cop a spray from the world's most powerful man, but that's what's happened to the ABC senior journalist John Lyons from Australia when he put this question to Donald Trump.
Is it appropriate, President Trump, that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity?
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business.
But
I'm here.
you are also...
You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone.
So John Lyons was asking a question about Donald Trump's family and their business activities, where the president went whack, accusing him of hurting Australia and setting a bad tone. To respond to all of this, John Lyons is on the line from Washington, D.C.
Well, Ben, what I was doing was journalism. I mean, every day you cop a serve from the most powerful man in the world. I was simply, politely, calmly asking a couple of questions.
Donald Trump just had a full-blown meltdown and threatened a reporter over a simple question. Right before heading to the UK, Donald Trump stopped to take some questions at the White House, but instead of keeping his cool, he completely lost it. He lashed out at multiple reporters and even threatened two of them in front of the cameras. Stick around to see Trump's meltdown for yourself, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. So to start us off today, let's take a look at Trump being asked about Kash Patel. As you probably know, Patel is being questioned in a Senate hearing today, and so Trump was asked if he had any confidence in him. And let me just say, things are not looking good for Kash, because the first words out of Trump's mouth were that Pam Bondi is doing a great job. Now after that, he does circle back around to Patel, but it's clear that Trump doesn't actually have a lot of confidence in him. Just take a look at this. I actually think it's easy to see why Trump has such a hard time answering this question, because during the Senate hearing today, Kash Patel went completely off the rails as he started yelling at members of Congress over Epstein. Just take a look at this. This is just absolutely insane. It's no wonder Trump has so little confidence in Kash Patel. But getting back to Trump taking questions from reporters, he was also asked about a meeting with President Zelensky, where he makes it completely obvious that he no longer cares about helping to end the war, and instead is just telling Ukraine to make a deal. Take a look at this. Trump is so clearly just a Russian puppet, and he's not even trying to hide that fact anymore. This is just so embarrassing, not only for him, but also for all Americans. In another embarrassing moment, though, Trump is seen literally threatening a reporter by saying that Pam Bondi might need to go after him over hate speech next. Just take a look at this. Surprisingly, that was only the first reporter that Trump threatened today, because a reporter from Australia was asking Trump about the fact that he still ran businesses while in office, which is a huge conflict of interest. And after this question, Trump completely melted down, saying that he would get him fired, and saying that this reporter is actively hurting Australia. Just take a look at this insane interaction. I can't believe that that is the President of the United States. He is such an embarrassment, and he needs to resign immediately. He is actively hurting our alliances, making all of Americans look like fools. Not to mention, Trump and his kids spent years screaming about the Biden family and were accusing Hunter Biden of making money off of the presidency. In fact, Eric Trump just went on live TV today and was saying that what they're doing is not nearly as bad as Hunter Biden's finger painting, which is just insane. The fact that the Trump family still talks so much about the supposed Biden corruption makes this reporter's question about Trump's business totally valid. And this just takes us back to the fact that Trump and Republicans are just a bunch of hypocrites. They scream and shout when someone that they don't like does something, and then go real quiet when it's someone that they do like. The entire Trump family is a complete disgrace to this country, and if you agree, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more.
Let's take a look at this second clip right here.
Very appropriate, President Trump said a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, you know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
The Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. They want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone.
Now, this question that this Australian reporter asked Donald Trump, basically the president of the United States cannot profit off of the office of the presidency. And clearly we have seen time and time and time again during this second term of Donald Trump's where he is actually profiting from being the president of the United States. this Australian reporter decided everybody wants to know the answer to this question and what his thoughts are on it. We've heard Caroline Levitt talk about how he is in no way profiting and, all this and that. But Trump's response to him asking this very simple, very fair question was basically threatening the relationship between his country, which was Australia, and the United States. And this is just another example. And why is this so scary, guys? Donald Trump is constantly saying how he hates the media, how the media is against him. But basically what he's trying to say is he doesn't like anybody basically holding him accountable.
Donald Trump can't handle a little bit of Australian probing. Fucking seppos don't see how the rest of the world look at them, do they? This is John Lyons. He is a reputable, respected journalist in Australia and he works for the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. Lyons is currently doing an article about Trump's ever-expanding wealth whilst he is the president. So Lyons asked Trump when he had the opportunity about his ever-expanding wealth whilst he is the president. And Trump did not like it. He hit a fucking nerve because Trump is getting excessively wealthy whilst he is sitting in office. And nobody should be that fucking wealthy and making that much money when they are sitting in office. And so Trump was like, I'm going to tell Albanese on you because I got a meeting with him. And also, I'm going to tell Rupert Murdoch what headline to put in the Daily Mail. Fuck off, dick cheese. Just because a bunch of seppos will believe what you fucking say doesn't mean Australians will. He's so corrupt, he can't even handle a question about his corruption.
Outside of the White House this week, Donald Trump had the opportunity to take a few questions from reporters because even though he hates reporters, he doesn't like answering questions because they always ask him those real tough ones that he can't answer. He will not hesitate to stop and talk to them. It's this weird obsession he has. Like, he has to be in the news. He has to be in the headlines. He hates reporters, but his ego can't stop himself from talking to them. So he's trapped. His body says, no, turn away. But his mind is saying, no, you can't do that. You got to talk to these people that you hate so much. And he let his hatred show because to multiple different reporters there, including one from Australia, he essentially threatened them to their faces. Here is the first one. This is ABC News' Jonathan Karl asking about Pam Bondi illegally saying she's going to prosecute people for engaging in federally protected speech. Here's this clip.
And what do you make Pam Bondi saying she's going to go after hate speech? A lot of your allies say hate speech is free speech.
You'll probably go after people like you because you treat me so unfairly. It's hate. You have a lot of hate in your heart. Maybe they'll come after ABC. Well, ABC paid me $16 million recently for a form of hate speech, right? Your company paid me $16 million.
Now, in addition to Donald Trump threatening, like, we'll go after you because you have hatred in your heart. First of all, Jonathan Karl does not have hatred in his heart. I don't know him personally. I've never met him. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, to be honest with you. But he's just asking you a question, and you're like, that shows you hate me. You asked me a question, literally your job, so you clearly hate me, and you should be prosecuted. Maybe Pam Bondi goes after you. And then he immediately goes to bragging, like, I got ABC to pay me $16 million. Look at me. I got $16 million from your boss. This man is insane. This man should be in a mental institution. We have a president in the White House, in the Oval Office with the damn nuclear codes that should be in a mental institution. Statements like that, threats like that, are the type of thing that'll bring out the men with the butterfly nets. Or at least used to be. Maybe we ought to bring some of that back and get Donald Trump where he needs to be, where he can get help. And that wasn't the only one. He also threatened a reporter from Australia, telling him that you're so mean, I'm going to tell, quote, your leader on you. Here it is.
It is inappropriate, President Trump, that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners
Program. Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. Go ahead, John. You can set a nice tone. Quiet.
Mr. President, what are you hearing about the operation?
So you're a snitch, basically. Like, you're just a little kid gonna go tattle on mommy because this kid, in your opinion, was mean to you by asking you a question, right? I apologize for what I'm about to say, but I have to say it. And I've said it before, and I don't know if people liked it or not, but I'm going to say it again. Trump's a little bitch. He really genuinely is just a little bitch. The fact that anyone in this country can look at this whiny, pissy baby and say like, hell yeah, that's a real leader there. He's a crybaby. He's a pussy. And we need to call him those things. because that is in fact what he is. Also, his statement is very telling for another reason. He didn't say the Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, is going to be coming here next week. He didn't say Prime Minister. He said, your leader. Because that's how Donald Trump views himself and these other people. We are your leader. You must give us respect. We are the leaders. It's arrogance, it's ego, with a dash of authoritarianism mixed in there. And for the record, Donald, I would love to say here, Australia hates you. And I know that because apparently, and I love this fact, I got a pretty big audience in Australia. They're some of the first people to comment. They send emails. I love Australia. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you, by the way, for watching here. And I know that they don't like you. Maybe, obviously, some of them will. You're going to find people who like them wherever you go. But the response I've gotten from Australia is that they also hate you. Just like the United States, a majority of people now also dislike you. So if you want to be a little snitchy, bitchy tattletale, go ahead. But at the same time, folks, these are also symptoms that there is something deeply wrong with this man, because these are not normal responses. This is not how a person with a normally functioning brain responds to people simply asking questions about news of the day, as is their job. Something's wrong with him, and it's clearly getting...
Where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now.
How much wealthier are you now than when you returned to the White House?
Well, I don't know. The deals I made, for the most part, other than what my kids are doing, they're running my business. But most of the deals that I've made were made before. And that's what I've done for a life. I built buildings. Like I'm building a building here. You know where I'm building? You know what? Do you see that area?
Yeah.
That is going to be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world.
That is appropriate, President Trump, that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. Your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone.
Well,
go ahead, John.
When
Maybe
the UAE does a deal like
you can set a nicer tone.
When the UAE does a deal, what does it want in return?
Quiet.
Did Donald Trump just tell an Australian journalist not to ask him difficult questions, otherwise Australia would pay the consequences? That was a whole lot of tone policing, and that's really culty, Donald. That's cult leader behaviour when people can't ask you questions or challenge you. Donald, you're a cult leader, Donald.